there, and hopefully reaching some people out here today and, brighten their day, jamming a little bit and playing your stuff. And I'm going to tell you what, let's do what we love to do is hear the jams. Be with me, Stone Stanley, Jason Roberts. We'll be right back on the Hoobagoo. Thank ya.
Have a baby or maybe 2 or 3. Some will look like you, yeah, some will look like me. Just don't ever think you own me, I'll never follow you. Fall off of a cliff by myself, don't need no help from you. We can fall in love or we can push and shove. Not every word you say is a gift from up above. We can dance like rain on the weeping willow tree. Everything you see was made for you and me. Just don't ever think you own me, I'll never follow you. Fall off of a cliff by myself, don't need the help of two. People grinning in your face. Don't mind people grinning in your face. No matter what you do, gonna talk about you still. So don't mind people grinning in your face. Well, don't mind people grinning in your face. Don't mind people grinning in your face. Oh, but bear this in mind, a true friend is hard to find. Don't mind people grinning in your face. Be a white picket fence don't seem so bad to me. Just don't ever think you own me, I'll never follow you. Fall off of a cliff by myself, don't need the help from two. Jump off of a cliff by myself, don't need the help of you. Fall off of a cliff by myself, don't need no help from you.
Oh, there it is, Mr. Jason Robert. I love that sound, that guitar. What is that, bro? How do you make that?
That sound, Tom, is actually what's called a Weizenborn. They're old acoustic lap guitars. They're hollow, and you play them on your lap with a slide bar in your hand. And they were, developed by a German luthier named Herman Weisenborn. He visited Hawaii back in the 1920s, and he saw how they were using slide on strings. So he went back to his shop, and he developed the Weisenborn guitar, which is an acoustic, electric, hollow body guitar. You can put it in open tunings. You can pick it. You can wear finger picks. I do. And what we have nowadays is they've, of course, with everything being digital and electrified, they dropped the big pickups in them. So I have a bunch of Weisenborn guitars, about 4 of them, and I put the Seymour Duncan Magmic pickup. It's a pickup made by Seymour Duncan, and what it is it's an acoustic pickup that eliminates all feedback, but allows you to go full-on death metal distortion, if you will, with keeping tone and clarity on an acoustic instrument. I first learned of it from Xavier Rudd and John Butler, David Lindley, Ben Harper. These are some of the mentors of mine out here, and I kind of saw how they were using the Magmic pickup to get this sound out of their acoustic instruments. So it's an acoustic guitar sitting on my lap, and it's completely distorted, ran through a Fender reverb amp, deluxe reverb. I'm using a Dan Electro Fab Tone distortion pedal. A lot of people think that's weird when they hear that, because they think, no, you're playing a Les Paul, right, through a stack of Marshalls. No, that's an acoustic guitar going through a little Fender reverb amp. And it's because of that Magmic pickup. It's a totally unique sound unto itself, and it's a unique instrument. It's very much a niche market. And that's what we use, Tom. We like to call our music MudStomp. It's a sound that we think is indigenous to the Mojave Desert where we live. Yeah. The MudStomp music is a combination of combining, 30s and 40s Delta-style blues guitar riffs in traditional form with that early 90s Seattle big muff distorted grunge guitar sound. And kind of taking it back to the garage. It's raining outside. Let's go in the garage. Let's turn that amp up. Let's turn that distortion on, and let's rock. But we're going to use acoustic instruments, and we're going to use, the blues element as the driving engine. So we feel it's unique to our sound. Like I said, I got 2 guys joining me now. We're a trio, and we feel we've discovered a unique sound that is distinctly ours. And we're just so happy to share it with the world. And when I find a good guy like yourself, who's on the other side of the country that likes it and plays it, it really is rewarding for us, more than you know.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, it carries on. It reverbs. I can still hear that. And on my end, from the rock side, it's kind of like Neil Young. It kind of reminds me,
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, and that Rust Never Sleeps, that kind of jam that he played live. And again, getting back to my groove, the Who, the part of the Who Magoo name is, that's live at Leeds. We're talking, Townsend, we're getting some definite distortion as in rock and roll. So,
absolutely.
I love that stuff. Yeah, that guitar, I was talking to A.G. Weinberger out, actually he's in Romania. And Hungary, actually. I hope he's good travels before. I hope he's well over there. But he was telling me just a couple weeks ago, he was on my show, and he has a Les Paul, which you were talking about. But a different type, obviously. But that lap thing, because he's got a cool, different groove. So, you're really making that roll, bro, because bringing that live
Very
here
cool.
in Milwaukee. And I'll tell you what, let's do a little Mr. Bell. Mr. Bell.
Sounds great.
Little different sound. Thank you. Jason, Robert. Yeah. Now, this is the death of Stone Stanley, right?
Yes, Be With Me was off the MudStomp tapes, and then the next album was The Death of Stone Stanley. And that's a solo album, just Jason Robert. So it's not Jason Robert Band. It's just an album I put out with my name. But Mr. Bell, that also has a video online on our YouTube.
Yeah.
We went out to Bodie up in the High Sierra Mountains, Mammoth Lakes here in Northern California, where the snows literally kill people. It's violent snows. And little town called Bodie, supposed to be haunted. We took our videographer out there. I played some parts. She captured some magic. And that song that you're hearing, you're about to play, Mr. Bell, was recorded with the Weisenborn guitar.
Awesome.
This one has no distortion, though. This is just pure acoustic.
Yeah, this is a different side. Yeah, dun 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 dun. Oh, I won't do it, but you'll find out. Here we go. Right. Jason, thank you, bro. We'll be right back.
Well, Mr. Bell, what have you done today? Tell no lies or compromise. Whom have you laid to waste? We'd like to see inside your brain for once, to see the world as you do. Well, Mr. Bell, tell me, how do you do? Come, you children, tell me now, what will they ever say? Knowing you could have stopped the end of all of our days. They say there's no way that anyone can ever really replace the bombs and guns and war machines that laid our mother to waste. Well, you're on the right side of history, just the wrong side of the law. If all this life's a mystery, better find where you belong. Well, Mr. Bell, whom do you toll for today? Hypnotized, just tell no lies. The belly of hell she awaits. We'd like to see inside your brain for once, to see the world as you do. Well, Mr. Bell, tell me, how do you do? And I know someday we'll all be at the end of our rope and tree to climb. And I just hope to breathe again before my time in line. Side of history, just the wrong side of the law. If all this life's a mystery, better find where we went wrong.
There it is, bro. That's what I'm talking. Doom, doo, doom, doo, doo. That's just a great little harmony, bro. Mr. Bell, Jason Roberts.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah. And that was continuing in the other album, The Stone Stanley. So it was the death of him, huh?
That was the death of him so that we could move on in another direction. And I got a new lineup now is why. I had been Stone Stanley for so long.
Oh, really?
Tommy,
okay.
that the band had undergone so many different lineups that for me to put something out or to do and to go further with it really was a confusion in branding. Like, who is this going to entail? So for me, it made sense to cut the umbilical cord and start anew.
I got you. Now I see. And hey, that picture, the Stone Stanley, is that your barn? That looks like the desert.
Yeah, that's actually out in Amboy, California, a few hours from us. We went out there with our photographer to take some shots for the album. and we stumbled into across the street from this gas station. The whole town only has one gas station and 2 or 3 buildings, and across the street is that abandoned church, which I don't know